where we left off, everyone had just found the Emerald Eyes farm. They had found this entry in a cave where they were going to see the Emerald Leader to talk to him about the missing boys, Hindel and Hildel, but they were trapped inside. They found a series of gems and gemstones and took all of them. And they have stepped into this chamber where a voice has called out to Dajal. And Dajal, do you recall what the voice said to you?
The voice said, "Have you finally come back to me, Dajal?"
It did. There's a cloaked figure, shrouded in mystery.
Just like that.
He steps into the torchlight. This figure steps down, and you see only his shroud and the emerald eyes glowing beneath his shroud. You see him writhe a bit, and the emerald fades from his eyes.
You say the emerald...
The emerald fades from his eyes, and again...
You say he writhes, like in pain, or...
In discomfort, it seems. So as he's sort of writhing in discomfort, he smooths a hand over his face, and it seems something is in his other hand. And he looks at it, and then he drops whatever it was. He steps down the stairs of some large throne, and he steps into the light of the torches in the chamber, and you see that he is a tall tiefling with dark red skin and long black hair. His robes are much finer than the emerald ones outside, but they seem to be of the same make.
You said it's a tall tiefling.
Yes.
I guess I know. Well, I think I know, but can I do an investigation to make sure I know who this is?
Louis kind of searches the she kind of wants to know who else is in the room.
Okay.
Because for now, we only see 2 other people with robes.
Yes.
Are there more hidden in the shades or whatever?
No, so the only figures in this room are these 2 acolyte gentlemen who are in the nice robes of the same as the people outside, these emerald robes, and the figure who has begun to step down the stairway. And
Are they looking at us?
They are looking at you, but they're not concerned with your presence here. They're at peace with you being here. And this figure does step down into the light, and Dajal, you do recognize this person. And he says to you, "I must admit I'm surprised to see you alive, Dajal."
Is it Visago?
It is Visago. He says, "I shall have to have a talk with Demaya."
Oh, yeah. I want to look at him and be like, "Where is she?"
That is none of your concern. Not for much longer, anyway.
Do I get the feeling I may have seen this guy before?
Cody, when he steps down, he finishes addressing Dajal, and he looks over at you and Louis, and he surveys you, and you just get, Aiden gets this violent flashback of the day of the things that occurred with Lazarus and so on. And he looks at you, and he looks at Louis, and he says, "How curious."
You bastard, what are you doing here?
Well, travelers, welcome to the Emerald Eyes. I am Lord Visago, the Emerald Lord, the Emerald Leader. And I hear you, have been looking for one of our previous members.
I kind of want to look back at Cardass and ask him, do you know that guy? I mean, everybody here seems to know him. Do you?
I have no idea what's going on.
Alright,
but he looks like bad news.
What a cool guy.
What a cool guy.
Yeah.
Do I have a feeling like he's lying to me, or he's...
You can insight check him. Oh, Karthus? Yeah, go for it. Karthus has no idea what's going on.
Okay, good.
So Visago addresses you again, and he says, "I take these lost souls, all the people outside, all those who belong to the Emerald Eyes, and I take them under my wing, and Dajal, you know, they are not tieflings. They are the weaker species, but they have potential. They can be taught magic."
I want to look at him and be like, why are you all of a sudden taking non-tieflings in? Last I remember, you slaughtered anything that wasn't a tiefling.
Yes, well, they may be of use to me, and when I grow weary, as I am getting older, I can draw power from them through the use of those black gems that I believe you have in your possession.
Nope, not at all.
You don't worry about what I have in my possession. What are you up to down here? What's going on?
I am strictly in the business of obtaining more power from those who are able to learn magic.
The whole time this is going on, I want to just be, like, clutching, like, trembling with anger at the fact that he's in front of me, right? I don't want to, but I feel like my character, out of anger, would charge him.
Do I see him, like, is he visibly angry? Like, can I notice this?
He is so fervently angry and afraid of what is happening.
I want
it to be like this, like, to make it clear, like, you guys haven't seen me like I am right now.
As much as I can see that you're angry, I don't think this is the time to let our emotions run wild. I understand where you're coming from. However, I don't think this is the time.
Like, I want to push Aiden aside and say, you have no idea where I'm coming from with this. As I pull my only dagger out.
As he does that, just take my shield off my back and say, listen, I'm behind you on this, because I think this guy is who I've been looking for too. I just have a feeling. However, I don't know if this is the right time for this. I want to look at the other two guys there. Like, kind of...
The other two with robes, or...
Yeah, like, I want to, like...
As he's trying to tell me that, I want to look to see if I can try to judge how strong these other two are. Obviously, they're down here for a reason. Just, if I could, like, just get, like, a judgment of how strong I think.
Sure.
Good job.
I'm blind.
They step into the shadows.
You look into your own shirt. Nope.
They're very unassuming. They're wearing the same robes as everybody outside. You're not exactly sure why these two people are allowed audience with the Emerald Leader.
Do they look like they have a mind of their own? They have, like... Oh, do they look like slaves and then... controlled from
they're sentient. They seem like they're aware of what's going on, but they are not worried about your presence or anything that's happening here. Dajal, you have pulled a dagger. Aiden has pulled his shield off his back.
I want to put my hand on Aiden's chest and tell him to stay out of it.
Yeah, I want to grab his wrist and say, just trust me on this.
All right, so I turn back to Dajal and Aiden and whatever Goddess is doing. And Louis says, well, guys, remember, we're only here to find the dwarf. What is actually going on here? I don't get it.
I'll look at Louis and tell him that this guy's name is Vathago. He's the cause of hundreds of mindless murders across this land. Don't have any idea what he's capable of. I know we're looking for one boy, but if we let him go, or we don't stop him, 100,000 more could die in the future.
You sure about that? Because, I mean, they seem like, those people outside, they seem pretty peaceful.
I don't know about those people, but I do know him. He practically raised me.
So what do you want to do with him? He just basically told us that all he craves for is power. So, I mean, he doesn't really have any moral. This kind of guy I would hunt.
You guys are both not wrong. However, the last time, if this is the guy who I think it is, and I'm like pretty sure it is, I could barely lay a finger on this guy. I mean, it was some years ago, and I've gotten better, but
You got one level.
I got a taste of what he's capable of, and I saw it firsthand, and I don't know if I'm ready for that right now. Let alone even if all three of us ganged up, we still have these other two guys. Like, we're all saying this out loud too, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
They
I don't know
seem
if
very
about these other
unconcerned
two
with
guys.
everything that is happening.
Aiden is also visibly like shaken. I just don't think that this is a good time.
Then what do you suggest we do?
So Visago, at this point, he looks to Aiden and to Louis, and he says, "You are better off joining us here, if you would like."
I'll pass. I just want to know if you have any information about that dwarf we're looking for. You know, the Ildil.
His death was most unfortunate.
But
What do you mean,
Wow.
death?
what do you mean?
As I told you, every so often a sacrifice must be made, so I may draw power from the magic my pupils produce. And Brother Hindel started out like all the others, an innocent and willing student. But when he climbed the ranks and found out about the sacrifices, he sought to expose us, particularly to his brother. We took precaution and took care of them both.
Oh man, as soon as he
Guys,
says
brothers.
that, Aiden draws his sword, and now he he is shaking like with anger.
All right, so once you draw your sword and he sees that Dajal has his dagger out, Visago is going to do a small hand wave, and his two acolytes are going to start moving towards you. Let's roll initiative.
Oh,
He
Man.
deserves it now. I got all the. I got everything I need to attack.
Karthus is going to pull out his pirate sword, and he is going to say, "Guys, I don't know what's going on here, but this guy looks nasty, and I've got you back." So he is actually going to hold an action for his next turn, in case someone attacks someone else. So
So Louis draws her bow.
Okay.
And she will wait as well.
okay, you're gonna hold an action.
Can I wait? Can I hold my action and do it anytime during the round? But I want to attack Visago, but
Okay.
I'm waiting for someone to be in close combat with him.
So for now, you're holding your bow against Visago.
whoever Aiden is, right?
Sure.
That's what I want to do.
You want to wait for Aiden to
I
attack.
want to wait for Aiden to attack first. Yeah.
Okay.
He's basically the last one. So can
I
I
want to,
move behind
Karthus?
here next to Cardis?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I'll hold my attack for now.
Okay.
Okay.
So this acolyte has seen the hand motion of Visago, and this one, the closest one, and he is going to attack Dajal because it seems like Visago has the most beef with this person. Dajal, make me a dex save.
A dex save.
Okay. So he hurls a fireball towards Dajal, and it goes.
Fireball.
Yes, with a sacred flame, and right. That's
And
what it's at.
So the Dajal evades it, dodges it, but Karthus just eats it plain in the face.
No, it goes past him,
Okay.
and he has missed, but he is rearing up for a second attack. Dajal, what would you like to do?
Eldritch Blast it is. Right at this dude's face.
Visago? Okay.
No,
Oh,
no, the guy. Wait, isn't this
What?
the Saga's just sitting there, and these guys are attacking us, right?
so far
I mean,
this
everybody's
only
got
this acolyte
initiative.
has attacked you.
Turn around and be like, "Hey guys, get the other two first, and then focus on Saga after."
Okay.
And then I want to Eldritch Blast this dude right in the chop.
Okay. Okay.
Let's poop.
That's an attack. That's a thing. Nice.
No, I need him to be dead.
Okay. Visago is going to crack his neck, and he's going to try to attack Dajal. Does a 6 hit you?
No.
He fires at you, and he misses, and he says, "That was a warning." And
Oh,
Yeah, okay. And then,
Very frightening.
you're okay, buddy.
and he seems to, kind of like earlier when you saw him squirming a bit and taking a deep breath, he goes over himself again and clutches at himself and readjusts his composure. And then it is the other acolyte. Roll me another dex save. Dejal?
Jesus.
Well,
You're getting to get it. For real.
nice. Okay, this one fires as well, and he seems to miss. And that's
I just look like a badass right now.
Dude,
throwing
you're
it
just
out
like
there.
matrixing this shiz. You're dodging. That's Aiden. Go for it.
And
Alright,
throwing the weakest Eldritch Blast ever.
I'm gonna go and slice that boy.
Oh man!
All right.
Damn.
Very nice.
Rip.
That'll hit. Roll it. So Aiden steps up and he's not messing around. He just walks up and underhandedly slices this acolyte, and it is deep as frick, and the just splurt everywhere. And the acolyte says, "I'm sorry, Emerald Leader," and he passes out on the
And
floor.
I like after doing that, I
Passes out or just is he split in two?
He's D. He's D. Like,
He's dead. Oh, he dead.
I like right after I do that, I want to look at Visago like
You're next.
you know, just,
got it.
This is you in one turn.
There it is. So Karthus, because Dejal had attacked, he's going to spend that held action. He's going to attack Visago. Yeah, Karthus can make it, man. So he is charging. He's charging over.
Jeez.
And he is just straight up in Visago's freaking grill. And he is going to try and attack. An 18 will hit.
Oh.
With 6 damage.
nice.
All right, so
Yeah.
he slices at him, and Visago tries to put his arm up, but Karthus successfully cuts through his leather armor and into his arm. And that's Karthus. Lou, you were using your hold action as well?
Yeah.
Because
Oh, you
because
remember
Aiden
for
attacked.
Aiden.
Okay, go for
But
it.
Aiden sliced the dude in half.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to attack the same target. Can I change Joad's Basago?
You're not supposed to, but I'll allow it.
Okay, well, it doesn't
I'll
matter.
allow it.
I can't wait for next turn otherwise. I don't want Karthus to die, even though I do.
Okay.
It will be
7.
7 damage plus 1d6 plus 2 9 damage.
Are you supposed to roll that, or does it not roll it for you?
Wait, I think the 5 is the piercing, the radiant is the
The-
d6.
And then the
So
2 is
the
the...
piercing is my
two-
basic damage, radiant is my bow, and the 1d6 after is a sneak attack.
Ah, sneak attack. Okay.
Yeah, that's basically why I held my action, because I wanted the sneak attack
I
damage.
see. Gotcha. Okay, so Louis has attacked, and Karthus is up once more. He has already attacked once on the arm, and he's going to try again. That'll hit. 21, and he takes off 7 more from our buddy Visago. That's Karthus. Louis, go
Ooh.
again.
Again, same target.
Okay.
In my head, it's been slash, arrow to the chest, slash.
And another arrow to the chest. Look at that.
Give it a try.
Oh, hopefully it works. Yeah, it works. 20.
Very nice. Roll it.
10
Whew.
plus 1d6.
We're wrecking this dude.
So Karthus and I just did like 35 damage
You are
to
not
the
wrong.
guy.
This other acolyte is going to attack. Roll that DC again. Roll
Four.
your deck save. These acolytes are just the worst. Like whatever magic he is teaching them, like they are not excellent pupils. It would seem.
Why can't it just be I'm a badass? I'm dodging.
But you know what? There it is. It's right.
Nah,
And Visago shoots him. Like he doesn't even look at the one who has fallen, but he looks at the other acolyte and he shoots them the evilest of evil eyes you have ever seen, piercing. Dejal, that's you.
Oh, I'm up now. I'm going to Eldritch Blast this guy.
Roll it.
Ball.
All right, you attempt an Eldritch Blast and it goes past him and explodes on the wall. Would you like to do any movement?
Yes. Right here. Move up.
Okay.
So I can be right by my buddy. Hey, Dane.
So Visago is here. Karthus is in front of him. He's going to attempt to attack your boy, Karthus.
Wow.
I'm not feeling it today.
Attack. He
Okay.
he misses, and he stays the same. Karthus manages to parry with his sword, and the fire blast goes flying back behind him. Aiden, go ahead.
I want to look at the one that attacked Dajal.
The acolyte. Okay.
Yeah, and say, friend. And I want to look down and look back up at him and say, I'm giving you this one chance. Like, leave here now, and you'll be spared.
Okay. You've said that to him. He cannot reply until it's his turn.
Yeah.
So what would you like to do? Okay. So top of the round, that's Karthus. He's going to attempt another attack. He has managed to successfully parry that fireball. Cart, what you got for us? 13 is not going to hit, and he takes a swipe at Visago, but misses. That's Louis.
Yeah. Attacking the same target again.
Okay.
He needs a third arrow in his chest.
Okay.
Would 17 hit?
It does hit.
Would...
Just remember, you only have 6 of those.
Yeah. I have them here, yeah.
Okay.
So 15 plus 16 damage.
Okay.
I used 3 radiant arrows.
All of a sudden, he takes the cloak from his head, and he looks viciously at Dajal. He has these arrows sticking out, and he is going to look at you in disgust. He says, "You could have been great." And then
At me?
at you, Dajal. He says, "You could have been great." And then he tells you, "You will all regret this." And all of a sudden, his figure fades into nothingness, and he disappears from the cavern.
Whoa.
Oh,
Oh, there it goes.
Did he
He's
drop
gone.
the 2? Did he drop the 2 emerald gems?
Did he drop the 2? Oh, they were not gems. His eyes were glowing. You freaking thief.
I know. But
Dajal,
what about...
Aiden
Do
has
we
warned
not
this
know-
guy
that's right.
to back down. Are you going to hold an action?
I want to see if he leaves.
You're going to hold on?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll hold it.
Okay. He is here, and he sees that his master has abandoned him, and he sees that you all seem very powerful, and he puts up his hands.
And throws another sacred flame.
He does not.
Yeah.
He says,
Good boy.
I am
Good
sorry.
boy.
Aiden, what would you like to do?
After seeing Sago just leave, Aiden just straight up yells, like lets out like a scream, because he is mad. He might end that dude. And then I want to look over at the acolyte and say, "Made the right choice," and like still just fuming.
Okay.
What do you say?
He says, yeah, you were cutting out a little bit. He says to the acolyte, "You made the right choice," and Aiden is still fuming. He's still angry, and he's vicious that Visago, his chance has disappeared. And that's combat.
Louis is super happy.
The acolyte has put up his hands, and he is just waiting to see what you guys are going to do.
I want to walk over here to see if I can see what... When he started, you say he had something and then dropped it.
Yes.
I want to see if I can go see what it was.
Yes.
But while passing, Karthus be like, "Nice job, man."
He shakes
My man.
his sword a little bit to get the blood off of it, and he sticks it back in his belt, and he winks at you.
I kind of want to talk to that guy.
The acolyte?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I know I killed one acolyte.
Yes.
I kind of just want to check him out to see. Is it too late to save him?
It's not that he's in half. It's that half of him is in half.
Yeah. Okay.
it's-
Okay.
You
Okay,
have
I just
started
wanted to
from
check.
his gut,
Yeah.
if you will, and pulled up. Yes.
Well, I want to say a little prayer for the acolyte that I
Just
totally murdered.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
May his soul
Offer
rest
him
in peace.
to your god. Yes.
Yeah.
Dajal, as you're investigating this throne area, you find on one of the steps has bounced down an emerald, a very small emerald, but it's the same exact size as the black gems that you have.
Can I pick it up and do an Arcana?
Yes, very nice. This seems like a straight up regular emerald. It doesn't seem to have any magical properties. However, as you touch it, you feel a sort of passing magical aura fading out of it. It is no longer magical, is what you can ascertain.
I want to put it in my pocket.
All right. Are you gonna put it with your black gems?
In my coin purse.
Okay.
If I feel that the magic is gone, I'm just gonna put it in my coin purse for now. Is that what he dropped? Because that's what I wanted to see. What, remember, he dropped something. Was that what it was?
It does seem to be that is what he dropped when you came in. While he was writhing, he took a look at whatever it was and passively threw it on the floor.
Yeah, can I interrogate the other acolyte?
You certainly may.
All right. So so Louis, she tells him, and well, first of all, she grabs a certain length of rope and just for his arms
Okay.
on his back. And I ask him. I actually take one of the black gems one of the black gems I have in my bag, and I tell the acolyte, see that one gem? What can you tell me about this? Your leader over there, well, who was actually really weak, he was mentioning one of those gems.
As you hold it up to him,
Yeah.
the acolyte looks a little confused. What you are waving in his face is an emerald.
You mean
You no longer have a black gem in your possession.
it's an emerald now?
It is. It's an emerald. It's the same size, the
Sure.
same exact cut. However, the color has changed.
As I see Louis, I want to check mine.
All right. They also have seemed to become regular, unenchanted emeralds.
So
I want to.
still, my question remains. I'm confused by the fact that it's now became an emerald. But what can you tell me about this?
He speaks up. You have his arms tied behind him, and he tells you they were part of the ritual.
Keep going.
They were used in the sacrifices. Lord Visago draws power from people who are skilled in magic, and when our brothers and sisters become skilled enough, and he needs refreshment, he can take power from them. However, taking their magical force, it is connected, it is intertwined with one's life force, and it unfortunately takes that as well.
So you mean those gems are a means to collect energy from people?
It would seem they were. This one seems to have been used up.
Okay, it was black before. I'm kind of confused why it's green now. How can you explain this?
How did the power get used up?
All I know is that when a sacrifice is made, the power goes from it, and it becomes its regular form, a standard emerald. If they were black before you came in here, I am not sure why they are no longer black.
All right, how can we leave this
Ignoring
place?
all this, I have a
Hold on.
theory, but I don't know if it's anything.
Where are you? Oh, you're over
even
here by
close
this
to
little.
it. I'm still listening, but
Are you investigating
they're
this?
saying that I want to detect magic.
Yes. Are you detecting on
To see
the
what's going on.
this area here?
Yeah, this like around here.
All right. As you're investigating, this does seem to be an altar of sorts, and it rises up. It's lifted, and make me an investigation check. As you step on top of this altar, you can see that it is covered in blood, and as you kind of glance over it, you look down the side, and you see on the other side of it, between the wall and the altar, there is a body.
Like over here.
Yes.
I want to rush over to it and see if there's like anything I can do.
Yes.
Like if I can, spare that dying.
Yeah. So you see this body. It is another one of the people who belong to the Emerald Eyes. They're in their standard robes, and they are covered in very fresh blood. And it seems that the altar was covered in a little bit of fresh blood. This person has not only been killed, but when you detect magic, you can sense none of it within him, even though you know that those members of the Emerald Eyes are skilled in magic.
Jeez, guys, we gotta stop that. That's straight up massacre.
I want to pull my dagger out, hold it to the acolyte's throat, and pretty much would it be intimidation? I want to intimidate him to tell me where Thago went.
He seems upset that his master has suddenly abandoned him, and it almost seems like his ties to, or his loyalties have been cut at his abandonment. And he tells you, I might have a lead.
I want to just slowly pull the knife away. I want to keep it there, but just pull it away a little bit and ask him, what is it?
Just as he's doing that, and as he's asking that, kind of walk up by them, just to listen, see what's going on.
Okay, Karthus has also shown interest. He, again, has no idea what the heck is going on. He doesn't recognize that Aiden seems to know who this figure is, that Dajal seems to know who this figure is, anything. And he approaches, and he's just looking. He's standing there. He broadens his shoulders. He's very tall, tiefling. Though he's lanky, he has very muscular arms exposed, and he's just going to try and help intimidate whatever the heck is going on here. And the acolyte looks down at your knife and then looks over, and he sees Karthus, and he tells you, I could help you, but it seems my hands are bound.
Yeah, because we don't trust you.
What do you need your hands for to give us a clue?
If you reach in my robes, there is a parchment there for you.
I'll dig in there.
Okay.
Get right up in there.
You don't find
Alright.
a parchment. You find. All right. In the meantime, I want to investigate that part of the cavern.
Okay. DJ, look in your journal. So you're gonna go check out that part of the cavern?
What,
Okay.
what did you... Oh.
Okay. Hold on to that for a minute, DJ. Cody, roll me another investigation check. And Louis, as you're opening this,
That's a real chest? Okay. I thought it was just part of the background.
no, you open this chest. You look around inside, and you find 100 gold pieces. You find a set of the robes that all the acolytes have worn, and you also find a leather bag.
A set of robes? So only one robe?
It's the set of robes that everyone outside has been wearing, not the finer robes that Basago was wearing, but just the standard robes. And you find a leather bag.
Leather bag. Is there anything special about the leather bag?
You gotta look inside of it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you look inside of it, and it's very dark, the pocket. Would you like to try to reach inside?
Yeah.
As you reach
I
inside,
can see in the dark, but yeah.
no,
Is
it's almost like a void, like it sucks the color from the area. And as you reach inside, you are able to put your hand in it, and then keep putting your hand in it, and you can get it
I'm gonna jump
over
in.
your head.
I jump
You
in.
jump in.
Guys, I'm stuck.
You try to jump in, and you manage to get your feminine hips. You can't seem to get all the way in it. But your legs are dangling.
Really? Guys,
Once-
I found another dimension. Okay. It's a pretty big bag then.
Some Mary Poppins. Yeah.
Do we see this or no?
Well, Aiden is investigating the altar. Dajal,
I show you, guys.
You were checking out what you were given, but you do hear Louis call over, guys! And you see him.
What the
You
hell?
see Louis' figure. She has disappeared from the waist down, and the bag is on the floor. But it seems that there's a hole in the floor. Maybe.
Just became a dwarf.
That's a cool bag of holding.
Now I know how dwarf feels.
Aiden has
just my-
informed you, Louis, that you have a bag of holding. Apparently,
What the heck is that? Is that gonna hit me?
It's not a bag of
I
devouring.
think it's a bag that you can keep a bunch of stuff in.
Ready?
Have you ever heard of a distant man called Santa Claus?
Yeah, I did.
I know of a Saint Nicholas. He was in my knight's order. I don't know.
Yeah.
He tried to
So-
wait, but he couldn't.
I want to show everyone this note that I have.
Okay, that's one piece of the invoice. What is that? I'm asking. Louis asking Deja. What is that? What is that supposed to mean?
I don't know. I just know that this is a clue. Find this magical jewelry in Frampton. This might be where he gets the emeralds that he needs to trap souls. Magical. Yeah, let's ask the acolyte. I want to show it to him. Be like, hey,
What is that supposed to mean?
what is this? What does this mean? It's a magical jewelry shop, pretty much.
Yes, I have found it in this chamber before, and I picked it up, and I didn't think it was anything important, but if it is of use to you, so be it.
I want to look at everyone like right in front and be like, what do we do with him? We have to remember this dude was down here helping sacrifice people.
I'm pretty sure he was going to sacrifice those two.
Speaking of, what's going on with this the shrine here? Did I see anything else with that 22 investigation?
Oh, yes, you do. You see on the first step, just in front of Carthus, when you were headed up the steps, you see a plaque there.
I want to read it.
Okay. Now you take a look at this plaque, and Aiden is able to recognize this, I believe, as Abyssal.
How about
Is
you?
that
Sounds
correct?
Useful.
That is one of my languages.
There it is.
Oh, you speak. Oh,
I speak the devil.
You speak the devil.
wow.
Oh, good.
You
We'll
said
talk about that
Aiden.
later.
No.
Okay, so the plaque says collect 7 stones, then all stand in the center. That create and speak a word. The stones allow you to enter, I believe. Right?
That is your correct
Stones allow
translation.
you to enter.
To enter.
No clue what that means. I want to ask everyone, like, who's got
Yeah,
stones? I want to pull the one out that I took and say, I took this. I did take this.
I have.
I actually have
I
2,
have
really, with the
3.
one that I took from the thing.
But they're not black anymore. I
No,
have at least
we're not.
one.
No.
I have. No, we're talking about the gems you guys picked from the walls.
Yeah, I only
Oh.
took one, and I just said it like as I read that. I'm like, I did take this.
I have the white gem.
What is it? An opal?
Is that including the
My notes suck.
the other gems we have, the other stones?
No, the ones that we took from the walls. There were
Oh, then I
7.
only have one.
I have 3. I have the amethyst, I have the ruby, and the orthoclase. Or orthoclase? Is that it?
Hey,
Orthoclase?
Carthus, how many gems did you take out of the walls back there?
Oh,
R-
orthoclase.
TH.
Gotcha.
Orthoclase? Okay.
Carthus tells you that he has 2. Or, yes.
Quick math. That's 7.
Create and speak a word.
A word.
I
What
want to
was
look
that
at the acolyte and say, what do you know about this?
The acolyte tells you that he has noticed it before, but he does not speak Abyssal, and he was unfamiliar with what language it was in the first place. He has no understanding of what that is.
I want to hold the knife up tighter to his neck and be like, has Visaga ever stood on there and said something? And then went away. Like, what?
He's never seen that happen before. He doesn't understand. He heard Aiden read it out loud. His mind is going, but he doesn't seem to understand anything about the situation.
Real quick, guys, before we do anything, what do we do with this guy?
Just to be sure, Gabby, is there anything in the bag of holding? Did I find anything? Was it just empty?
It is empty.
Or I do not know because I haven't reached the bottom of it.
It is empty. If you were able to put your hand in, you would have found something if it were there.
Okay. It's pretty useful. It's a pretty useful item.
I want to ask this acolyte how many people he's helped kill. Like, I'm still pretty heated. I mean, it's just pretty mad still.
It doesn't matter now, does it?
I want to tell him he was probably better off not answering it. And tell him just to go sit down on the chest and just wait for us to figure out what we're going to do.
He
And then I want to look
complies.
at Dajal and say, I understand you're so upset, and I am too, but I have no quarrel with now. What he's done is in the past, and just let that be. I know it can be hard, but we have to move forward.
So Karthus at this time, whenever the acolyte goes to sit down and he sees that you guys are struggling, he goes, "Do you guys want me to kill him? No, no blood on my hands. I don't care. I'll wash it off in the sea."
I wanna whip my dagger out and just dart it at the dude's chest on the chest.
You're gonna throw it.
Yeah.
All right. Roll a dagger attack. You toss it, and it just beside him, beside his ear, it catches the wall and it digs into the dirt.
That works too.
Oh yeah,
I want to look at Aiden and be like, so if I killed him, it would have been in the past and it wouldn't have mattered, right?
I want to like grab him by his gear and like pull him up close to me and say, no, because that's a conscious decision that you just made.
He made conscious
You chose
decisions.
to do that now.
How do we
also
know
made the conscious decision not to attack us whenever we told him not to?
Yeah, he surrendered, guys. What are you trying to accomplish here? You just tie him up and leave him here.
After I say that, I'd let you down. Because I was holding on to your stuff.
I want to go pull my dagger out of the wall and then just like smash the dude's head off not to kill him, but just to knock him out. Like non-lethal.
Okay, roll me a strength check.
Oh, Jesus. Do I get advantage because he's tied up?
Funny story. His head actually hits off the wall and knocks you out.
This is gonna be as bad as the closet.
Would you like to use your inspiration? You go over and you shove his head, and it hits the wall, and dude doesn't even make a sound. He just slumps over and he passes out.
Sweet.
Well, guys, Dajal, he had information. We could have got more information from him. What the hell?
I don't think he was telling us anything else.
All right,
I'm
guys,
gonna ask Aiden. So what are we doing with these gems on this altar?
I kind of don't want to mess with this altar, considering that the rating was an abyssal.
Well, what
I want to look at him and be like,
juju.
I just want to look at him and be like, what's wrong with Abyssal?
Juju McGumbo, my man.
We don't want to enter. We want to leave. How can we leave?
But I want to show him the paper. I want to do can I do an Arcana check real quick?
On the invoice?
On the altar, I think we can use this with the gems to go to Frampton. We stand on it, because what the plaque says.
Well, you think that's some kind of portal?
Yeah, it says speak a word and stones allow you to enter. If we stand on it with the stones and say Frampton, it might take us there.
But I don't think that's the case, my man. There's a dead dude right next to it and blood on it. I don't like Abyssal. I'm not talking the vacuum here. I'm saying,
Can I do an Arcana check or a history check, maybe, to see if I know how, what's going on with this? Or
Sure.
Come on!
You are certain that you have no idea what this is. You have no idea what's going to happen. You've never seen something like this before. You're not quite sure what this riddle means.
I want to stare at it and intently look and be like, you know what, Karthus, what do you think we should do?
Karthus goes over and he takes a look at it and he goes, 7 stones. I guess you guys can have my 2 stones. Sounds like it wants us to hold hands or something. Stand in the middle. I don't know.
See? Karthus says we should hold hands and stand in the middle, guys. Let's do Karthus, as far as I'm concerned, was MVP. Let's do it.
Hey, it's not just because I want to hold all your hands.
What do you mean he was MVP? He wasn't alone. I remember Vestigo
Hey.
had 3 freaking lightning arrow in his chest.
Second place
And it
isn't
was
bad
beautiful.
either, I guess. You get a participation trophy.
I know.
Do any of us know the body? Do we recognize it at all?
You take a look at this body and you do not. However, it does seem to be an extremely fresh kill. The life has just gone from him.
Fresh kill?
Yes.
Aiden, can you use?
He
Through
checked
the
him with an Arcana check and or with a Detect Magic, and he sensed that there is nothing magical about him, despite having known that everyone at Emerald Eyes is trained in magic. He can ascertain that the magical life force has been taken from him, thereby his soul has been removed from this body.
Yeah, there's no bringing this guy back.
No one has any black gems left, huh?
Everyone has checked their gems except for Aiden, whom I believe you had one.
Yeah, it's on the back of my shield.
And you're
yeah,
able to
I'll
take
look
a
at
look at that, and all the gems have seemed to become emeralds.
At this point, Louis is feeling curious about the plaque and all the gems that we've collected and the language that she doesn't understand.
Karthus is
What
like
about-
digging in his ear with his pinky and like investigating his earwax and like flicking it.
Karthus, come
Hey.
over here. You want to try this little altar thingy out? Figure out what it does?
Cool.
What? What?
Looks fun.
And I wanna just wave Aiden over real quick.
Okay.
Just wave him over.
All right, I take out my 3 gems and throw them in the
I'm gonna be like,
on the altar.
Karthus, grab Aiden.
Alright, okay.
Yeah.
And so he throws his arms around Aiden from behind, and he is like crocodile wrestling Aiden.
Lou, step on the altar. We're all on it with the gems. I'm just trying to see if I say
Aiden is not about this.
and I say
Karthus just goes,
That's,
shh, shh, shh.
and I want to say Frampton and see if anything happens.
As you say the word Frampton, there is a long silence and some struggling from beside you, and nothing seems to happen.
What have you said in common? Try and say it in abyssal.
Ah,
Huh.
I wanna be like, hey Aiden, what's the... just feel like what's
I
the
feel like
Frampton
you're a
in
driver
Abyssal?
here. May you.
Aiden, would you like to tell him?
No. I would look at it and see, why would I?
Aiden,
would I
however,
say that?
knows that because the word Frampton is just a proper noun, it's just the
Oh,
same word.
It's just Frampton.
It's Frampton or something. Karthus is holding you, Aiden, and your bros, so he's having a good time, but he's just... Would you like me to let you go?
Yes, please.
Alright. I just like being
tried.
close to you.
All right, this ain't gonna work. I take back my 3 gems and head towards the entrance.
Okay.
So
Like,
guys, we gotta get out of here one way or another.
There has to be a way to get this thing working.
Everyone come here. I hate this. I hate all of this.
I want to grab this dude and drag him over with us.
Okay.
I want to ask Louis. I want to look at Louis and be like, Louis, can you come here for a second? Sorry, I don't. Oh boy. I want to say, everybody, give me your stones. I want to look at everyone and say, is the new word for exit. And I want to say, Liebernarken is exit.
What are you trying to say about German right now? In Abyssal.
Yeah, and then I want to say Liebernarken in Abyssal.
You say this word, and you close the stones tight in your hand, and nothing happens.
And I'm out.
It says create a word.
You magically... No, nothing happens. Karthus takes... Are you going to give your stones? Are you going to re-give the stones?
Yeah, you're going to back.
Karthus takes a look and he goes, a malachite and a peridot. Those should do me pretty well in the market.
Oh.
All right, can I know what all these 7 types of stones that we
Yeah,
have?
so I was just about to.
We got amethyst,
So, Lou, you had the ruby,
ruby,
orthoclase, and
amethyst.
amethyst. Excuse me, there's no in. Aiden is able
Ruby?
to remember that he had a tanzanite. And
Oh,
Dajal
you say
has an opal.
Malachite and peridot,
Yes.
and Dajon has an opal. All right, so we gotta, guys. I think we gotta create a word using the last word of every gem.
I think we have to create a word using the first letter of every gem.
Nah, it never goes that way. It's always the last letter.
What? What kind of weird Canadian shows do you watch?
Louis has a lot of experience with these things.
Yeah. P for peridot, O for opal, M for malachite, T for tanzanite, O for orthoclase, ruby, and amethyst. So, Pom Torah. What do you say? That sounds cool.
As you say, Pomtura, nothing happens.
I want to show Karthus and the Hogtied dude the letters RTAOOMP
Mm-hmm.
and say, do you guys see any words in this?
I think the thing is to create a word, right?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, can you just create a word, like, out of these letters?
It
Oh,
needs to say
really? I don't know, Beard.
As you shout, Patroom, Aiden, the gemstone that you have in your hand, the tanzanite, you feel a little tingle in your palm.
Is that good?
I want to say
Oh, damn.
I like it when it tingles.
tap room. Tap room.
As you say tap room, you all feel a severe tingling and tickling in your hands as you're holding your stones and standing together. The acolyte seems to feel something as well. And you all of a sudden, in a flash of very bright light, find yourselves in a tavern.
What?
Hello.
I just want to look at it and be like, what the hell is a tap room?
I don't know, man. I just made up a word.
Is that a made-up word? Is that all you have to do is just make up a word?
Karthus
Room.
tells, as you hear that, Karthus hears you and he goes, a tap room. You're not familiar with a tap room. I know you aren't, Aiden, with your 11 drinks. It's a tavern, man. It's a bar.
Oh,
Oh, like on the tap. Okay.
So you
that
have
makes sense.
appear.
I thought of tap room. Like I was looking, I was like, room is there. Tap room, bat room.
So-
What kind of tap room is that? Is there anybody else in here?
You appear here, and all of a sudden you're here in a flash of light. It doesn't seem that anyone notices. There are a few other people in this tap room. The acolyte is here with you. Just at scattered tables, there are people eating and such. It's about 4 in the afternoon. You can ascertain by the light coming through the windows. And yeah, people are just pretty casual over here.
Successful exit.
I want to look at the acolyte and be like, what is this?
He's just like in manic shock as to what just happened.
Louis wants to. She wants to go and ask one question to whoever's closest to us.
You can take a look at this square table here. You can see there are 2 older gentlemen sitting there, and they are dwarves. And they have gray beards and gray hair. And what would you like to ask them?
Sorry, guys, to interrupt. But where are we? What is this place?
This gal doesn't know where she is.
I'm not kidding. Tell me where we are right now.
Bowling. You're in Hartford.
Hartford.
Let me
I need a map.
consult my map.
Yeah, you know. Hartford.
Chat, I will show you the map as well.
Oh, no way we came back there. No way.
Wait, didn't we go to? No, we went to a bar or a tavern in Weston.
Eriedale?
Oh, was it Eriedale? Okay, I couldn't remember which bridge it was, but I remember
No, Outford was the actual place where we
bought
stole
our.
from the others.
Yeah, well, that's where the. Oh God, Jesus! The otters.
Guys, you won't believe it. Actually, back in Hartford. Okay, cool.
Huh.
Nice reaction. Cool.
Huh.
That's what I'd be like.
Imagine that.
What?
Those guys
why-
have a better reaction.
Like, I just want to be like, why Hartford? Like, why are we here? Like, why this place?
The
Have
hell
you
I
been in
know.
this tavern before?
No. The only place we really went in Hartford was the dock, straight from the dock to the, across the river, right? Or across the... What did you call it, Gabby?
It's the street, the Aaron Street. Channel, if you will.
Alright, so is those two dwarves that are at the table, do they look young or old? Or
They are older gentlemen.
like Hindel old or
No, well, you don't know how old Hindale was. You never asked them. You never asked their mother.
Well, apparently they're dead, so we will never ask them.
So
well, I don't know, maybe he was lying. I don't know. Can't trust a Visago ever.
would you like to ask them?
Yes. Guys, are you actually Hindel and Hildel? Is that
Oh
you?
God, I freaking hope not.
Are you talking about them Hobble boys?
Hobo boy?
What?
Hindale and Hildale are from the Hobble family, and they're
Oh,
they're I believe, is that right? And they turn to each other. I think so. Helga's kids,
Yeah.
I think.
We're actually looking for
Yes,
them. Have
them.
you seen them around?
Not seen them in ages. But if you're, I'm mixing up my Karthus. Sorry, but if you're looking for Helga, she lives outside town on the farm at the edge.
Yeah, we
Us.
missed it the first time, I guess.
actually, I want to stop them there and say, you guys, we should probably go and tell her what happened to her kids.
Arthas, can you just have that dude walk in front of you? We still have, like, this prisoner with us, guys. What do we do with it? Just bring him along, or...
I could watch him here. I could take him outside. I could take him anywhere you want. What do you want?
What do
you
you
guys.
guys
I mean,
want?
what are you guys up to? What are you on about?
We're getting ready to go tell this mother that her sons are dead.
I'll stay
Yes,
here with this guy then. That sounds fun.
We'll come back for you.
Okay, so he takes the seat, and the guy has his arms tied, but Karthus has been here before, and he gets the feeling that no one cares. And he takes a seat at this round table in front of you with this guy, and he calls over a day drink, and 'cause it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and you guys head out. So you're walking through the town, and you're headed towards this farm in the south.
Yeah. Well, then,
I thought it was the right choice, alright?
Thought abandoned.
Do I know it?
Have you been to Hartford before?
Oh, dang it.
Yes. So you're walking through town. You are passing through. You hear this buzzsaw sound. The smell of sawdust is filling the air. You're noticing that people are walking around carrying large logs, and even these dwarves who are smaller than you are carrying logs that you couldn't probably carry. It's pretty impressive. And dwarves mostly populate the village, and you're headed down south, and eventually you see a sign that says Hobble Farm.
Aha! Guys! I think this is it!
Yes.
Alright. Helga, is she outside? Helga.
You call for her. Roll investigation.
Who calls someone in that tone with the most devastating
Helga.
news ever? Oh,
Yeah,
Helga!
very sad news for you.
The most devastating news ever, and it's like, Helga!
Your kids are dead.
Bye-bye.
Where's our money? Yeah.
Where is the reward?
Yeah. Oh,
Shall we? I
Okay,
guess
your
we,
kids
we
are
knock
dead.
on
Where's
the
my
door.
money?
Look,
We
I did
knock
what
on
you
the
said.
door.
Yeah, so you head up and you notice that this building here at the bottom seems to be a sort of stable. And over here does seem to be a house. And you step up onto this little hill and there's a very nice ornate red door. Would you like to knock on this door?
Yes.
You knock on it, and after a moment you hear some rustling inside, and the door swings open inward, and there is a dwarf gentleman standing in front of you. Can I help you?
Helga, you've changed.
Mr. Hindel?
Hilton. Hilton's my name.
Hilton, is Helga your wife by chance?
She is.
Oh, like Aiden's eyes just start like tearing up like hard. He
Do you have...
he looks at him and said, is she around?
I think so. I'll go take a look. And so he heads inside, and he, after a few moments, well, he tells you, go ahead and come inside if you'd like to.
Okay, cool.
And so
Yes.
he...
What was his name?
Hilton.
Hilton.
So...
A lot of H's in this family.
So he calls you inside the foyer, as it were, and you, he says, just hold on a minute, and he goes down the hallway and into the back room, and then you see Helga come out, and she seems really excited. She comes up to you and she's like, do you have news of my sons?
Aiden just starts crying. Like, just straight up, just like tears coming from his eyes. And he can't really like say anything.
Are you okay? Do you need anything? And she starts, and Hilton pulls out a hanky and he hands it to you.
I just want to step in front of him and be like, you guys might want to sit down. You should sit down now.
They look at you. Let's go in the kitchen.
All right.
And they lead you back, and there's a small table with 4 chairs, and they both take a seat.
We found out what happened to your boys. They were at a place called the Emerald Eyes, and they were killed.
And they're at the table and they're holding hands together. What happened?
I want to look at Aiden and use Awaken Mind and be like, hey, do we tell them that their kids just got used for a sacrifice? I mean,
I don't think we should lie to them. I think that we need to tell them the truth, along with a lot of other people, so no one else, falls victim to this.
I tell them, listen, there was a tiefling named Visago who is really powerful in magic and used your boys as a sacrifice. We tried to stop him. We thought we had him, but he got away.
I want to say, actually, was it Hindel that found out?
Yeah,
or Hildel?
It was Hindel that was a part of it, and it seemed like he went to find his brother Hildel to tell him about it.
Yeah, I want to let them know that Hindel, both of them acted super bravely and tried to stop what was going on, and then were sadly sacrificed, and we couldn't get to them in time. And Aiden is still just torn up about this. Is there anything that we can do? And is there anything I can do for you guys?
Hilton puts his hand on his wife's shoulder, and he looks at you, Aiden, with tears in his eyes. You can find the son of the bee that did this.
Oh,
I
I plan on it.
we will try. But what you could do to prevent this from happening again is spread the word. Any ships that come by, any people that come through the market, let them know to be aware of a man called Visago. Anything called
He's a tiefling.
A
The Emerald
tiefling
Eyes.
named Visago. Don't be wary of the Emerald Eyes. It's bad. They use sacrifices. Avoid Emerald Eyes and a tiefling named Visago at all costs. And if they hear anything, to let us know. Send a message to the nearest tavern, and tell any of the barkeeps at the nearest tavern, and hopefully they'll have info for us when if we ever stop by and need it.
We can do that for you.
Louis takes out one of her emeralds that she had, and she tells Hinton and Helga, if you see people running around with those kind of gems, they might be black, they might be emerald, just like this one. That means they've been in touch with the Emerald Eyes. That means they might know something. They might be part of them, but they might think of joining. Keep this one and spread the word, because we need that. We need this cult or whatever organization that is to be stopped, and we will find again the leader and deal with him.
They take it. Hilda takes it, and Helga, excuse me, and she says, "Thank you." And she's reminded when you hand that to her. She says, "Oh, Ian, thank you for the information. You've come so far. I'd like to give you something. We're just farmers. We don't have too much, but we do have, we could give you 500 gold, or if you like, we have horses available. We breed them.
How many horses do you have available?
At the time, we have at least 15.
Could you spare 3 horses?
For what you've done, absolutely.
I want to turn around and ask the guys, would you guys take the horses over the gold?
All day.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, 3 or 4.
Oh, Carthus.
I'm down with taking 3.
Yes, we need a 4th horse.
We actually had a companion who stayed in Hartford, and yeah, if you can spare 4 horses, then it might help us travel faster and
Even
find.
if you can't spare 4 horses, I'll put Carthus up on my horse.
I'm sure you would.
Yeah, of course.
How
He
dare
like holds
you.
your hips.
Little bromance on that horse.
Lord, there's something weird going on between you two.
You're the one who was spooning with him.
Listen,
It's a misunderstanding.
I woke up and he was spooning with me.
Hilton wipes his eyes, and he stands up and he leads you out, motions for you to go head out to the stables with him. So you're headed out and you check out these stables, and there are lots of whinnying horses and several ponies as well. There are also some ducklings running around, and you take a look, and there are lots of horses to choose from, and he tells you, go ahead and I'll tell you if they're any good or not.
I want to look for a beautiful white stallion.
All right. He shows you a white horse, but on its back hip, it has some gray dappling.
I will take this one.
Okay, and he starts to get its saddle and bridle ready and everything, its bit ready, and he ties to its saddle what seems to be a pack of rations, oats of sorts.
Cool. What's its name?
We tend not to name them. Don't get too attached or the wife will throw a fit, but you can call them whatever you'd like.
Ooh. I think of a name for this.
How can I help you two?
I want a unicorn.
Those are fairly hard to come by, especially in this area.
And any or the fly.
Unfortunately, we just breed
Sorry, no,
riding horses.
Now's the time to make jokes. I'll take the one, whatever one you have that doesn't really stand in the crowd. This black one or dark one.
He leads you to a horse that seems to be predominantly black, and it does have a gray mane. And then he turns to Dejal.
Do you have any like Auburn horse?
And by that you mean a crisp brown?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just tried to say it in a nice way, you know.
So
yeah, you can see among the crowd there are several brown horses,
Yeah.
some lighter, some darker. Take your pick.
I will take that one. Dark brown horse.
Sure. And
Yeah.
he'll go ahead and start getting it ready. He'll brush it off and then put a blanket on it and then put its saddle on there.
My horse's name will be. Is it a male or female?
This one is a female. The other two are males.
I'm gonna name mine. I know it. Soren.
Soren?
Soren.
Yeah, we're gonna. I'll get back to you on the name.
That's totally fine. So you have acquired horses. He helps you climb atop them, and he thanks you again for everything that you have done. Helga had been telling him
Eclipse. Sorry.
Eclipse.
It's all right.
That's
Didn't mean to just interrupt you.
No, yeah, it's good. So his wife had been telling him about the prospect of good news. It seems it didn't come, but I think they're gonna be okay. So they send you off, and they both stand in the doorway.
Do we grab a horse for Carthus?
Would you like
we
to
grab
grab a horse for Carthus, a fourth one?
Yes. Please.
Okay. Yeah. What
Yes.
is there anything in particular you would like?
No, just the one you hate the most.
Just the
Just,
deadest, oldest horse you have.
You said they had ponies, right? I'm just.
Yeah, we'll get a donkey.
Can we get a duck?
Make Carthus like one of the smaller horses, just because he's such a big guy. It would be
As
so.
a goof,
fun.
big guy on
Get
a
him.
little
No,
horse.
get him just a bit. Get him the biggest. Like.
Sure.
Horse
Yeah.
compared to Diego.
You're able to procure a female black horse for him.
Right before we leave, I want to ride up next to Hilton and be like, "We're gonna get the guy who murdered your sons. I promise you that." And yeah, I will personally make sure of it.
Thank you for all that you've done already. And he and his wife are just stood in the doorway, and they wave you off as you
Alright.
take your horses.
Perfect.
Could
Before
it
we
was your
leave,
horse?
I wanna get Dejal and Aiden close to me. I wanna tell you guys, hey guys, it is worth trying. Can you come here and maybe bring the gems that we had together and try and say the tap room again?
Louis, as
Well,
you
it's hard.
do this, you notice, you think about it, and you say, the gems, the gems, and you check your bag, and your gems aren't there.
Mine?
Yes,
Okay. Oh,
I want to look at my shield.
not the
Yeah.
Are you not the emeralds, but the 7 that you collected for the altar?
Oh, okay, those things.
okay. Well, they gone. What about you? Do you still have your gems?
Check mine.
Everyone
Check to see
checks,
if I-
and you think about it, but things were so like, we're in a tavern now, that you don't seem to remember them having faded out of existence from your hands.
Okay, I check if I've lost anything else other than the gems.
Yes, you take a look, and everything else seems to be accounted for in your inventory.
I blame Cartus.
Let's go back and get
Go back to
Carthus.
the tavern and get the.
Yeah,
Then we'll.
go from there.
All right. You returned to this tap room, and Carthus is still sitting at this table. And you walk in, and you hear this roaring familiar laughter, Dajal, that you heard on the first night you met Karthus when he was kicking a man on the floor.
What an unpleasing.
You say I hear a laughter?
Yes.
I wanna look, see if I can see it.
Yeah, right in front of you, just
In
at
the-
this round table, you see Karthus, and he's at the table, and he hits the table, and he's laughing, and so is the acolyte.
The one that we, like,
His
Hands
hands are
free.
behind them. They are bound, but he is laughing and tearing up with laughter. With Karthus behind him, with a big tankard, and another tankard.
Oh man, they're going double fisted it. Whew.
This guy has
Party.
no fists. So, it seems it's up to Karthus for the both of them.
Hey, Karthus, what are you doing, buddy?
This guy's crazy. You guys should get to know him.
What do you mean?
He
That
tells
was our prisoner. Remember? I mean, he killed a bunch of people on a
Yeah.
sacrifice altar.
Yeah. Yeah. But you should hear him tell a joke. Now tell him the one you told me. Tell him the one you told me. And, and the guy, yeah, what's brown and sticky?
What?
Karthus goes, I know, can I tell him? Go on. A stick! And they just buckle over laughing and
Aiden.
crying.
Hayden looks at them and just drops his shield and bursts out laughing like he is dying.
I just want to put my hand face palm. Just
That's great. Ah,
Lou.
picks it back
I-
up. Throws it back up. That was good. That was a
It's a good
What?
one.
that was a good
It's a
joke.
knee slapper.
Karthus, we got you a horse, man. We all got horses now.
Horse. Cool. Never been on a horse. Sounds fun.
You've never.
You got one now, but you got to.
I saw a seahorse once. Out near the
Oh.
Murex farms. That was cool.
Well, if this guy's your buddy,
Oh, wait.
Karthus.
Whenever he says that, Aiden wants to run up to him. Have you ever seen a mermaid? Like he is genuinely wants to know. Like, have you seen a mermaid? Are they real? I've heard stories.
I have seen what I believe to have been a mermaid, yes.
Oh! Aiden just starts losing his crap. Okay,
And
sorry. I'm sorry. I
Karthus
didn't
is
mean
just
to-
like, yeah, I'm cool. I've been on a lot of
Oh.
adventures. Yeah.
This is the
I
coolest
said-
guy ever.
I tell Karthus, well, hey, since this guy's your buddy, you could throw him on the back of your horse, and he could ride with you. Because apparently we still haven't figured out what to do with him.
Well, that brings up a new issue. What would you like to do with him? I mean, I don't know that we're gonna hang out forever, killing people and whatnot. Not that my plate is clean, but sacrifices, that's another business altogether.
As we're talking
Hey,
about this, I want to go up
You're
to.
the moral guy.
I
What's
want
up?
to go up to the guy, and grab him by the robe, and start dragging him outside of the tavern.
Okay. And he drunkenly hobbles with you, and Karthus is like, it's time to go, and he pays his bill. He gets up and he follows y'all out.
I want to roll like are there stairs outside this tavern, or is it just like straight outside?
It's there's like a single watch your step. But
Okay. After that step, I want to throw him on the ground. I'm going to get up to him real close, and I want to say, "Look, we gave you another chance. Are you going to take it and do good by us?" Like super serious, like stone face.
With a 19, yeah, he kind of sobers up. I might suggest that I be returned to the Emerald Eyes, so I might tell the others about what was going on, and we can move on with our lives.
You knew what was going on. You sadistic piece of crap.
If you do this, are you really going to genuinely tell these people what was actually happening there and steer them in the right direction?
Otherwise, you know what happened to your leader. I mean, you were there. That was pretty easy for us. Imagine what we could do, every one of you.
I was a member of the Emerald Council, one of only two. William you seem to have disposed of, but I don't see why I wouldn't be a fitting leader to guide them in a new direction. They are...
What would that direction be?
So your name is actually Warren, right?
That's me.
I don't trust you. You were deep inside the Emerald Eyes.
I don't care. I think that I might continue to teach them under my tutelage of magic. We were the vessel of Visago to teach them in the first place. I could continue their studies, and we could find some other way to use our talents.
What if Visago comes back? Can we count on you to tell us, and we can get rid of him once and for all?
He left me once to die. I am sure he would not hesitate to do it again. However, I think you are mistaken about what happened in the cavern.
Care to enlighten us?
I believe that in my studies of magic, what you saw was not actually your Lord Visago. I believe that it was an extension of his powers, that he was able to show himself in one place while actually being in another.
So you're telling me right now, with a guy that powerful, you're going to go back there, train all these people still, and then if he comes back, you're going to deny him?
Did I say
You're
that?
afraid. So then what would you do? Instead of going back and training these people, you need to ban the Emerald Eyes completely.
I want to grab him and hold him up by his collar of his robe. Say, listen, I'm giving you one last chance. Don't make the wrong choice here.
Wait, Aiden, if we get rid of him, Emerald Eyes would just fade and dissipate. They'll find something.
Well, there's
else.
still people, like, there's still followers who don't know what's
They don't have
actually...
any,
I would
they
like
don't
to
have
think
any
they
more
don't
leader.
know.
They don't have any more council people. They only had 2 people in the council. One is dead. The other one's in your face. They don't have any more leadership there. From what he says, he's not gonna change anything. If Visago comes back, he just bend the knee again.
I don't want to kill him. I don't kill. I don't want either of you to kill him either. But I don't want him going back and possibly...
There's probably militia in here. We can throw him in jail. Can we?
I want to say, is that what you... I want to look up at him and say, see, is that what you want?
Is that my only alternative to death?
Yep.
Well, you haven't proven to us that you could change, so...
Then I'll take it.
Now, I want to now, like... Looking at,
I want to turn around and be like, guys, we can't take him to the... We're wanted.
Looking at Vijal, I want to like look over and say, I didn't say I would kill him. I didn't say anything about maiming him. I want to set him down and start drawing my sword. Vijal, like...
Karthus looks at you and he goes, "Oh man," and he pulls out his sword as well.
I want to awaken mine and be like, what are you doing right now, buddy? What are you...
I'm trying to intimidate the guy. I'm not actually going to cut any of his limbs off.
Why not?
I just want him to change. I don't know. And like, once Aiden gets about halfway out with his sword drawn, so you would rather have no limbs and be in jail than just make one small change.
I have rolled an intimidation again for you, and you rolled a crit 20 plus 2.
Oh.
And I will take the jail time, thank you.
I want to awaken mine with Aiden and be like, Aiden, and not take him to a jail. We are wanted.
I don't know what to do. I want to just throw him on the ground very hard.
Like, what are we gonna do? Drop him off at the doorstep? They're gonna be like, "Why is this guy here?"
I don't know what to do. I can't. I'm not gonna hurt the guy. I mean, I might rough him up a little bit, but I'm not gonna like
Karthus
kill
is
him.
sizing up his blade. He's ready for whatever you guys want him to do.
All right, guys, just take him to the sheriff, who can explain the situation, and you will probably take the appropriate actions.
I want to awaken mind with Louis and be like, "Louis, we're wanted. We can't just go to a sheriff."
No, get out of my head, first of all.
Yeah.
Just speak to me like a man. I don't want you to read my thoughts. We're wanted in Canterdale. Whatever they say here, we'll get out. We got out one time. We'll get out twice. I just want to do this right.
I guess I'm outvoted here.
But if you don't want to come, just stay back. I'll go.
This is what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid if we take him to any kind of a cell, he'll just use the magic that he knows to escape.
Karthus, what do you think we should do? I value your opinion.
Can't use magic if we cut off his hands, right?
Karthus has a point. We don't have to kill him, but he doesn't need hands, right?
I don't know. You tell me how magic works. I don't know.
That's good to me.
Aiden is going to he threw him down on the ground already. He's still tied up, right? Like his hands are still bound?
Yes, he's still bound behind him.
Aiden is going to look at everyone and say, I'm not comfortable with him being out with, people trying to maybe spread that same evil, but I'm also not comfortable with him possibly going back and making things worse.
He's not gonna be out. He's gonna be in jail.
Okay, I want to look around and see if we can see any kind of a prison.
Yeah. Karthus is able to tell you exactly where the sheriff's office is.
Well, are we all on the same page here, or?
What do you mean?
Well, Dejal didn't want to go to the prison because we thought we were wanted.
He says he is outvoted.
Yeah, I'm just along for the ride at this point. I got outvoted.
Coming along, or staying at the tavern?
Yeah, I'm coming along.
Okay.
Cool. You guys are able to go across the town hearing that buzzsaw again, and you pass some really sawdusty pathways, and you manage to find what says sheriff's office. And Karthus leads you right to it. Been here a couple of times. And he says, now, you folk, you said you're wanted up in Canterdale. Is that what I heard?
Yeah, but you are not. You are going to tell the sheriff.
Not in Canterdale, no.
Are you wanted here?
He's
Let me check.
massive. Oh, he pulls that
Yep,
up.
totally wanted here.
No, not currently. That warrant is up.
I want to use a mask of many faces to look like the guy
we're
that
wanted in Canterdale only.
look like the guy that Cody slashed in half in the cave.
Okay, so you disguise yourself as William?
Because if we're wanted, they don't recognize me.
You have the same robe as the guy that we want to set in prison. You just disguise the same as him.
Yeah, but I can just be like, hey.
Would you like to disguise
Dude.
your entirety or just your face?
No, just right here. Well, the face and minus the tail.
Okay. So your
All right,
body,
can we
not your
knock on- Can
clothing.
we knock on the door and explain to sheriff what happened and why he should imprison this man?
Sure. So you're knocking on the door and everyone is visible. Everyone is presenting themselves. You go ahead and open up the door and you head inside and there is a desk, and behind the desk are several cells. This is strictly a jail situation, not a prison, so it's just an overnight sort of thing. And at the desk there is a dwarf lady with very orange hair and some orange scruff coming in, and she looks up at you. Can I help you?
Yeah, we're looking for the sheriff.
That would be me.
And what would your name be?
Katarina is my name.
Nice to meet you. I'm Louis. We have a bad news and we have a good news for you. The bad news is that we found an organization. You probably know them. They're called the Emerald Eyes.
Sure. Right down the river.
Yeah, but what we found was actually really disturbing. We have infiltrated them, and we found that their leader would actually kill some members to gain more power or something. And we have temporarily stopped their leader, but this man next to me is part of the organization. We want him in prison for a long time. We have already told the Hobble family that they lost their two sons, Hindel and Hindel.
Oh.
And we don't want any more families to lose.
And as you say their
sons or daughters.
As you say their name, it seems that she was able to recognize them, and she knows the family pretty well, it seems. And she asked you if the good news was that you brought in this prisoner.
The good news is that we have actually brought one of their top management member. Their leader has vanished, unfortunately. He's called Visago. He's a Tiefling.
Do you have any proof for any of this?
If you want to come with us, we can show you at the actual place where the battle, actual Emerald Cave. But you will need manpower with us. We can show you if you want.
I could get together a team. Take a look. We could ride out tomorrow. We'll work up a warrant situation. I'll get the team together.
Can you confirm that this man's gonna be in prison?
She tells you that they can arrest him on suspicion, so they can hold him overnight until they go and investigate the scene.
Yes, just hold him until we hold him long enough for us to just invest.
Would you like to come with us? Or did you want that to be in our hands and we can take him and see what happens, see what we can find, and take it from there?
I want to step up and say he is a magic user. He is currently bound, but I am worried that he will try something to get out and escape.
That's a rare few magic users come through Hartford, but I will see to it that the right guardsman is put on watch over him. So she writes down on her notepad, seems to assign a specific person to this prisoner. And he's compliant the whole time. He's just like rolling his eyes, and he's not trying to show signs that he's involved with this or he's denying it or anything. He's just, innocent until proven guilty. So
yeah, let's say we all go.
Yeah, if you feel like you need more manpower, I mean, there's a shitload of people there.
Do you feel that all the people that are dangerous?
The people I don't feel are dangerous.
No.
I just know we need a lot of people to move that big old rock in front of the cave.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I would feel better if we went with them.
Aiden, do you have your whole cowl on? Is your armor down?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so she tells you can set up for the night. They'll take him. You can go into town, into one of the taverns, and find a place to rest overnight. So you head back into town. So you guys have come into town. You are at this inn, and there's a small pub downstairs, and you are given a room for. How would you like the room arrangements to go?
I say Carthus and Louis and me and Aiden.
No, not at all. If I'm staying with someone,
I'll bunk with Carthus.
If I'm staying with someone, it'll be with Aiden.
Louis, okay.
Me and you, Carthus,
Let the
Tieflings for life.
That's right.
Let the two
All right.
Tieflings wage war together.
Cool. So, Carthus, before you could even pay the clerk, he goes ahead and pays for your room, Deja. And
Who does?
Carthus.
I pay for
Oh,
Louis.
Carthus. It's so nice of you to pay for my room with Aiden's money that Aiden gave you.
Aiden tells me that it's so nice to pay for my room with Carthus's money.
So you head up to your rooms and you got these comfy little beds, twin-sized-ish beds, and you go ahead and settle in. Was there anything you guys would like to do for the night before taking your long rest?
I want to ask Carthus before passing out. Does he think we're doing the right thing with this guy? Just leaving him in jail. This.
All I know is I've seen my way out of prison a few times. Out of a few jails, out of a few prisons, and it's easy enough for me, and all I know how to do is use a lockpick.
Yeah, if it were up to me, I'm trying to change my ways, Carthus, but this one I feel would have been one of the ones that had to go.
If you feel that, then do it. Take it into your own hands. You don't need anyone's permission. If he's hurting people and you don't like it, you stop him.
And try not to anger the world's worst cleric that we got with us. So.
How dare you?
That's
Hey, you
probably
don't
a good
hear
idea.
me. You're in your room.
You go to sleep. That's,
No, I'm gonna talk to Aiden before we go to sleep.
okay.
Aiden,
Mm-hmm.
I need your help again.
Need my help?
I need your help again. Yes. And I take out one of the scrolls that I had that was unidentified.
Okay, the one you got from the cave.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what that scroll is? I'm so freaking curious.
Okay. Eden, roll me an Arcana check.
Is it a beautiful story?
If you can. If you can't, let me know.
Yeah.
It's gonna be exact instructions on how to use the teleport.
Very nice. So, these instructions seem very contrived and like someone who isn't fantastically skilled in magic somehow came up with this spell and just made it work, like on a shoestring budget. You are able to discern that this scroll apparently is able to summon a sheep.
Oh,
Summon
what?
a sheep.
A sheep.
A ship or a sheep?
A sheep. Bah.
How'd that go again?
Meh.
Oh, cool. We can summon food.
No.
It's actually pretty good.
Oh, snap.
Is that sheep doing anything special?
I will send it, actually. Here. So put
I've
this
written
in your...
scroll of summon sheep.
Yeah, I'm going to put it in your inventory, and I'm going to attach exactly what it does.
In my
I
inventory?
kind of want to try it right now.
You
But
wanna try
I
it?
want to make sheep. Just gonna pop a sheep up in the bedroom.
You better count it, and you can fall asleep. Aw.
But okay, so I tell Aiden, what am I
Yes?
gonna do with a sheep? What are we gonna do with a sheep?
I mean, I wouldn't really need a sheep right now. It's probably a bad time to summon a sheep.
I don't know, but whenever are we gonna need a sheep?
Maybe we could trade it for a good or service.
Does it have a duration, or is it like actual living sheep forever?
This scroll appears to be able to pluck a sheep from where it stands and transports it to your location. A sheep may be chosen and focused upon if it is in sight. If no sheep are in sight, the nearest sheep will teleport to your location. The sheep must be living.
It's the perfect spell to steal a sheep from another farmer. We should have given that.
Like, hey, farmer, let me show you a magic trick.
All right, thanks.
Your
for
sheep's
that.
not sheep.
And I also show Aiden the leather bag. I think that is really useful. If
Yeah, you
you
can
wanna,
put your things in there.
yeah, if you wanna, and I think, and can I try like putting some stuff heavy in it and feel like and try and see if it feels heavier or as heavy as the stuff that I put in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
what,
sure.
what would you like to put in there?
I don't know, my sword, my whatever, my sword, my whatever's heavy on me. Let me see.
So you keep adding things to this bag, and you put in your sword, and you put in your bow, and you put in all your rings and your jewelry and all the gold that you stole from innocent people, and you start putting it in, and the bag doesn't seem to be getting any heavier. You put everything that you own into
I'm
this
naked
bag.
with the leather bag.
And Aiden is standing there, and you put everything you own into this bag, and it feels just as light. It feels like a leather bag.
And does it feel like it still has room in it, or?
It would seem that way. Every single thing in your possession is in this bag, and you can still stick your hand in there.
Can I like easily pick anything inside? Like if I want the bow, can I take it out and
It
easily
seems
grab it?
when you stick your hand in there and you expect to feel a bow, you retrieve your bow.
Aiden.
Did you take off all of your stuff in front of me and just put it in this bag?
Aiden, it's amazing. Oh gosh.
Aiden just like,
Aiden's just kind of holding his shield up.
I
like,
should have
what?
bunked with
Yeah.
Karthus. No.
Okay.
Someone
So,
walks in
she-
like, oh.
Louis got kind of excited, and she actually put everything she owned inside, except for the basic stuff covering.
Her long johns. Okay.
Yeah, and then again, after that, she realized that Aiden's standing in front of her, and you can see that she's like scarred from all over her body, and like now she feels really bad and clothes back in. You know, the jacket and the armor and clothes. back
Aiden,
in.
you're able to see that all over her arms and all over her chest, and even though some of the lower part of her face is just ravaged by burn marks and scars. And she looks away and she starts to cover herself back up after her excitement.
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to.
No, you're
Gotta go to sleep.
Yeah, you're fine. I just how'd you? It's not. It's just. It looks painful.
It was. It's not anymore, but it was.
No, that's good. Sorry that happened to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool bag, and Aiden just kind of pops back on the
Do
bed.
you want to put some stuff in it? Do you want to?
No,
If you ever have anything that is heavy, you can put it in.
Bed
Slowly
shield!
starts raising the shield above his eyes. No.
Okay, I get it. You don't
Thanks,
trust me. That's
thanks
cool.
though. No, you got a cool bag of holding. I just I like to hold my stuff pretty close to me, you know. I'm sure that bag is very trustworthy and it's gonna work for you, but for me, I just like to keep things a little close to the vest.
Okay. I wonder if I can put my horse in it.
Your what?
Your horse.
Probably won't fit.
Your horse.
You
I would
couldn't
not
even
put
get
a
your
limb.
hips in there.
I would not put a living thing inside of that bag. Just saying, I've heard bad things.
Yeah.
get in there!
So night falls and you guys awake to a new morning. Karthus has not awoken by the time that Dajal is up and dressed. He's still snoring and drooling on the bed. And you guys are up and you smell breakfast downstairs. And you go and...
I'll use thaumaturgy to try to wake Karthus up.
Okay.
Karthus!
Oh my gosh! And he wakes up. He's like clinging like a cat to like all the bed. And he's...
I want to do that and be like, hey, I think they have food downstairs, man.
Oh good! I'm hungry. And he's like... And he's good.
That's not the worst wake up he's ever had. Like, he's had worse.
That's fine. So yeah, you guys head downstairs and you are able to get a free breakfast for your room. It's not amazing, mostly just eggs, stuff like that. And then you head into town. You walk to the jail and you find Katerina there, and she is waiting outside with a large group of dwarves as well. And they seem uniformed in blue garb, and they're ready to see you down the river.
Before we get up there, I want to disguise myself again.
Okay.
As okay, yeah, I want to disguise myself again as that other dude.
Sure.
And I asked Katerina, hey, can we get one of those cloaks? They look so freaking nice.
One of the guards' cloaks.
Yeah. You have some sweat that we can have? I mean, I want to be part of the group.
I don't think I should give you a uniform of an official Hatfield officer.
Oh,
I
well,
don't
we
think
are-
that's allowed. I'm the sheriff. It's definitely not allowed. So, but she ushers you to the docks with her, and you take a look around. You don't recognize any of these ships. No markings. Bengar's ship has been long gone, apparently. You don't see it in the harbor. You get onto their ship with your horses, and they set up a large gangway for you to be able to get on. It has rope railings, and you take your horses up. Karthus is struggling with his horse. He's never been on a horse before, so it's a very strange new experience to him, and he keeps like making kissing noises at it and like kicking it in the sides like people tell him to do. It doesn't like him very much. It tries to buck him off a few times, but he is able to hang on for his dear life and clutch to its mane.
Yell back, be one with the horse.
Be one with a horse. Be one with a horse.
Horse with the what?
So you guys managed to get on. A few of the officers seem to have taken a few very large draft horses as well. You step onto this boat. You're headed down the river. It takes you a good long time, but by boat it's much easier. And you find yourselves where the market was yesterday, at the Emerald Eyes farm.
And
Are there people here still?
All the acolytes are here, but the market doesn't seem to be open. The stalls are not open today.
So I would suggest to the guys, let's just go straight to the cave. And then once we get to the cave and figure everything out, we'll come back to these guys and try to disband this thing, let them know what was going on. Let's end this whole Emerald Eyes thing.
Okay. So, you guys head to the cave. The Warren has stayed back at the jail cell, and he is being watched over by a guard who seems able to handle someone skilled in magic. You head to the cave. You're able to go down here, and who would like to approach this cave first?
I will.
You will. Okay, so Aiden, you tell him it's right this way, and I'm gonna have you roll a perception check for me if you can. As you come up to the cave, you see that the entrance is still sealed off, but the two guards who were there the day before are still standing there.
I
You guys-
want to look at them and say, "Hey, how's it going?"
They look back at you. Hello. Did we?
Yeah, look
we-
surprised, huh? Yeah, you did. You closed us in that cave, huh? Surprised to see us?
Sorry, I don't know what you mean. And he takes
How come
note of the large police force that seems to be behind you, several large horses. Are you guys on your horses, or would you have left them?
I have left my horse.
Okay, so you are off horse. There are two guards, though, on large horses, and Katerina standing there, waiting for them to explain themselves.
So, how come you blocked us in?
The boulder, it slid over, it rolled over, and we weren't able to pull it off.
Yeah, it's really hard. Sometimes boulders just, fall into place.
They
Right?
do.
Exactly what
They
you
do.
want them to.
You know, they do. It's really...
Crazy. I wonder, are they both next to each other?
They're on either side of the entrance.
So they're not, I can't grab them both?
You could grab one and then, run over and grab the other if you would like to.
Yeah, I want to do that. Hold them up and say, I'll tell the truth. What were you doing putting that boulder in front of that entrance?
The Emerald Leader would have been able to open the door from the inside if you were supposed to get out. We
So
closed
you
it.
mean you mean to tell us we were supposed to be? You thought we were still trapped down there, then, right? And by we, I mean they.
Yes, as you speak up, Dajal, they look at you and they they go. Oh, I see. Council William, were you able to see them out of there by other means?
You have done goofed, my man.
You're gonna go into prison, man.
I want to. I want to take a page out of that kid's book, do one of these, and disguise myself as the elf guy that I did before. That way, I mean, these guys aren't new to magic. Disguise myself as the elf guy, and
The guy you saw when you first went in to the cave, because you had disguised yourself as the half elf from the bar when you first got into the cave.
Well, that's what I want to do. I want to do that. That way, they know that I'm not either of them. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Called Brother Andrew, I think.
Yeah.
No, Andrew was from the farm itself. I think Jean was the one from the bar. Regardless, you step up, and they just, huh, what? Okay, William? Not William?
Neither. Well, no, you know, awaken mind. I want to awaken mind with the one who's talking, and be like, I'm neither of them. I'm a tiefling that knew your emerald leader and knew the type of guy he was, and you guys trapped us in there to die. The only people we gotta show anything to are the authorities behind us. So move the boulder so we can get down there.
And at this, Katerina shows her documents showing that she is in fact the sheriff of Hartford. This shakes him a little bit, and the other one, they look at each other and they nod, and then they kind of look at Aiden. Could you put us down?
Oh, yeah, yep. Throw him on the ground. Throw him on the ground.
That ain't my
You're
dad.
just like,
Yeah, so he drops him. So they go there, and they tell you to kind of stand back a little bit. And with some kind of spell, you're not exactly sure. You've never seen something like this, and despite having used magic, Aiden and Dejal, and they seem to use a lot of force, and they pull the boulder, and it rolls on its own away from the entrance, revealing the entrance to the cave.
Well, you guys, you're coming with us because we're not going to allow you to push the boulder again behind our back.
That's a good point.
Yeah, you can kind of ascertain that won't be a problem, considering half of the guard seem to be content with waiting outside, and taking, like, a lot of the inspectors seem to be looking around the village and questioning the acolytes. You head inside. You're able to move into the first area, and would you like to show them anything there?
well, I want to show them. I want to ask any of the guards if they know anything about magic or rituals or anything like that.
Katerina points you to a guard named Samson, who comes up and he says, "I dabble."
I want to, on the way up here to the, and like, I want to stop at this sign and be like, listen, there were 6 more of these in this corridors. They all had gems in them for a ritual that got us out of here. I'll explain more when we get there.
Yeah, so you lead the way into the next chamber?
Yep, we lead the way to the actual chamber, and we want to show the altar, the throne, and the actual body that's still on the floor.
She takes a look around. She snaps, and they take a look at the body behind the altar. She takes a look at William's corpse there. What happened here?
Pretty much just give her the rundown and be like, listen, there's a tiefling named Vasago, and he's, from what we can gather, trying to make as far as I could tell, like a miniature army. He's trying to brainwash people into joining what he calls the Emerald Eyes and get people to join him. And then after they get so strong, he sacrifices them to keep his power going stronger.
Body on the floor is actually one of the council man that worshipped, that was one of the head member of the Emerald Eyes. The other one, there were two. The other one is in your jail. He's called Warren.
Okay.
That's why we want him to be kept in prison. We didn't want to kill him because he surrendered after we defeated his leader.
Like a chump. Sorry.
Easily.
Where is this Vasago now?
We don't know.
Oh, he disappeared.
He got away.
How did the boulder?
Years.
Where did you? And then she remembers you told Samson about the plaques and everything, and so she nods and they start surveying over the plaque and the altar, and she starts taking notes about everything that you're saying and reminding herself to interrogate Warren at the prison. We seem to have a fair amount of information here. Do you have anything else you could give us that would help the case?
I want to show them the note that he gave us. The ring box,
Okay,
the invoice.
Okay, so you show her the invoice and she takes a look. Can I keep this?
Yes, I think I made a copy of it. Yes, I did. Yeah, you can keep it.
Thank you. So she says, if that's all you have, then that's all we'll
There's
go off.
actually one more thing that we need to show you. And I take out one of the emerald gemstone. Is it
Okay.
still green or is it back to being
It is
black?
still green.
Okay. And I explained to her that these gems are actually used by the emerald leader to corrupt and imprison the followers' power and vital force. So if you see people running around with those gemstones, you might want to stop them, or because they might be linked to the Emerald Eyes cult.
Okay. So she makes a note of the cut and the size and everything, and that they might be black.
Mhm.
Okay.
Can I just snatch the invoice out of her hand real quick and just check the back real quick to see if I missed anything and then give it back
Sure.
to her?
Yeah, you check the back and it seems completely blank. The ink seems to have run through a little bit on the lower portion so the top seems to be a stamp almost or something printed, but the bottom was handwritten with a quill, and it might have the bottom where it was listing off all the purchases was handwritten.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also copied what I...
Okay. She calls that a wrap. She thanks you for your time. She would like to usher you outside, and you take a step outside the cave, if you would. And you head back into the village. Okay, we'll run up a case, we'll investigate and talk to the people around here, try to reintroduce them to society. Bunch of weirdos.
Yeah, they are.
Blue?
Yeah, most of them are, I guess most of them don't even know what happened, and they were just being used for the
Yes,
fight.
not all these people are...
Sacrifices. I mean, there might be good people there. One last thing, if you ever hear of the name Vasago, he is dangerous. Leave us a note in taverns, and we will come and hunt him down.
Sure. Could I have your names?
Yeah, just ask for Louis, and
I wanna I want to take her to the side and be like, can I talk to you real quick?
Sure. What's going on?
I'm going to pull her aside and be like, look, I'm going to be honest with you. Now, this is going to seem crazy. This is going to seem crazy. And I don't know if you're going to believe me.
Awaken mind with a... What are you doing? What are you doing?
Go out of there. Get out of here.
But we were wrongfully imprisoned in Canterdale, and the warden there was trying to sell off inmates for profit, and we stopped what was going on up there, and we managed to escape. However, we're wanted in Canterdale. I assure you that we only mean to do good. As you can see from us doing this, and I just hope by me putting my trust in you, that you will put your trust in me and trust us.
Now's when you want to be a good cleric. Awaken mind of.
Roll me a persuasion.
It better be good. I swear to God.
Persuasion?
As opposed to what?
I don't know.
A persuasion. Intimidate her. Canterdale is run by His Royal Prince London, and whatever's going on up there, he's in charge. And if you didn't know, he's in charge of all of Leafin. That means me. Whatever's going on in the prison, whatever slavery, whatever I feel about it, it's under his watch. I'm gonna have to ask you to come with me.
No. Look.
Offer
Okay, look.
refused, sir.
Look. I
Lady.
get it. I get where you're coming from. Trust me. I assure you, we only need to do good, and we need to stop.
Visago.
Yes, Visago, and we need to stop him from whatever he's doing. It's very, very bad, and I don't want anyone else to get caught up in it, as I'm sure you know, with the two boys, Hindel and Hildel. Always terrible names. I'm sorry. But yes, like we need to just get out of here so we can go and do that. Please, just look. I just please let us go. Let us slide.
Louis stands in the back and is it?
I wanna see. Do I see him talking?
You see them talking, but you didn't hear anything.
I want to awaken mind with Aiden.
And this
You
is
wanna-
right,
over there.
so right after their entire conversation, Aiden, she's opening her mouth to say something to you. Dejal, what would you like to say?
What's going on over there, buddy?
Not looking good.
So right then, she opens her mouth and she says, "Would you and your friends please see yourselves back on the boat?"
Yes.
And she waves, and the two gentlemen on the large draft horses, the black draft horses, come up. And
Oh, did I say these guys? It was actually just me in the prison. These guys, I met these guys after.
you did say there were
Yeah, I
multiple of
did.
you, and we'll
Look, I'm a bad liar. Can't you tell? I'm not lying about this. This is real.
we'll figure out who's who once we get back to Hartfield. Thank you.
Oh,
Please see yourself onto the ship.
okay.
And she as the guards hear you say this, they come and they stand beside next to you on their horse, and they look at the others, and they approach Dejal and Louis. Please accompany us onto the ship.
But I still look like a.
We were actually
I still look like the elf, right?
If you didn't change back, sure.
Yeah.
Karthus is
That
like,
has to do good.
"Oh, Aiden, what did you do? I just got out of the slammer. Don't need this."
Look, I couldn't.
So you are being escorted back onto the ship heavily by several.
And we
guards.
don't-
Speak to
we
the
really-
characters.
Don't even know why, Louis. Aiden just fucked us.
You just showed up, and there are all these guards. Things seemed tense all of a sudden. Things were fine. You were just chatting with guards about the stuff that happened. And all of a sudden, you're being escorted onto the ship by two very large horses and 10 guards.
No, I want to know what's going on. I mean, a minute you're going on with us, we showing you this whole investigation. You're really glad that we helped you. I mean, that's a pretty big deal for you, I guess. I mean, we're saving a lot of people here, and then you wanna don't even know what you want, but you wanna escort us. We're not even free to leave.
This gentleman here
Wait,
told us that
one
you
thing-
were wanted in Canterdale. And that's enough to be put under investigation until we find out what's going on here.
It's pretty easy. We're good people. You can clearly see that we're good people.
I think we'll head up the Eden Strait, and we'll have things figured out. with
Let me
Prince
ask you one
Landon there.
question. Let me ask you one question. It's a
What?
personal question. Are you for slavery or are you against?
It doesn't matter what I'm for. I
It
have
doesn't matter.
sworn an oath to work under the king and to work under his son, the prince, and here I am, in his service.
Prince is a turd.
Is there Are we on the boat yet?
No, you're still standing where you were standing.
Is there any chance I could sneak away, like into a bush, for like?
There are at least
Into a bush.
10 guards having your notice. You can roll a stealth check.
Just
This isn't Fortnite, DJ. You can't sneak into a random bush and not be seen.
But you're trying to beat a 20. Okay.
Oh,
does that work?
You look at a bush, and then you look back, and then you look at the bush, and when you look back at the bush, there's a guard, like, standing right there, and just...
there's actually a guard in.
Guard in the bush.
And he's in the bush,
Like
and
a
he's like... Yeah. You're going nowhere. So... there you guys are, and you're surrounded by these guards, and you're being ushered onto the ship. Would you like to leave it there for tonight?
Awaken mine, Aiden.
Mm.
I hate you so much. Worst cleric ever. We have bigger fish to fry, and now we're going back to jail because of you.
I gotta say, this took a turn, but I was not.
Yeah. Yes, we. Don't worry, I have a plan. If I just have to wait for the right time,
I have a plan too.
because that's one of my things. I'm supposed to always have. I have a plan. Your plans are dumb. Your plan was to tell her that we were what?
True.
Aiden, we could probably kill them all right now. What do you think? They're dwarfs.
No,
We can just start kicking dwarves. It's fine.
we could probably knock every one of these punks out. But what I'm saying is, we shouldn't have to do that. We have, well, I was definitely wrongly accused. You guys, regardless of what you did to get in there, right now, we are doing good.
I killed a guy!
For the people.
I killed a guy!
Yeah, I know, and you're not that guy, though. Maybe you are that guy. I really don't know. I'm just saying. We are not killers. We are not stone cold killers. Okay, with a Z. We are not those people.
You're not that guy, but maybe you are that guy!
I'm just saying, we cannot.
Karthus this whole time is like, I can't go back to prison. Oh.
I want to say, don't worry. We'll be good. We'll make it out of this. No problem.
Karthus, I'll bet you 10 gold right now his plan doesn't work.
I'm flying by the seat of my pants here, guys. My
You know what?
plan is to never have a plan.
Aiden, you weird. You made a dumb decision, whatever it was. We're going to jail, and I'm really excited to see what happens with you guys. And he trusts
My
you,
man.
and
My man.
that's Karthus.
So you want to take that bet?
I'll bet that it doesn't happen.
You'll bet that his plan works. I'll bet that it doesn't.
Sounds good.
I got a bet with Karthus.
You're like, I got 10 gold.
Okay, so are we actually stopping here today?
We shall stop there, you guys.
Okay.
GG.
Aiden
You
is-
killed a guy.
I resurrected that guy too.
See, that doesn't make it okay. You can't just kill someone,
Doesn't it?
send them to. Doesn't it?
The guy's like, I went to hell. It was terrible.
And guess what? You came back and now you can see the error in your ways.
Thank you.
Or
You know what? That's a really good strategy for a cleric, actually. Wow. That's innovative.
best cleric.